Hey good fellas, I'm Samuel Naldi.
And I'm Manuel Venzi.
And we are at Style of Zug today. He's still here, can you believe that?
Exactly.
So this video was
behind
mainly,
the scene, but still here.
so this video was mainly to show you that Manuel is still here. How many months now? 10?
Yes.
It's September?
Yeah, a bit less than 10, yeah.
10 months. So before we start and get into your daily setup of pens that you're using as the CEO of a company that retails luxury writing instruments, I'd love to know from you what's the journey been. I'm sure also all our viewers are very interested about that. A lot of them, are our great customers. How's it been?
It's great. It's cool. It's still exciting as it was in the beginning. There's a lot to do. So I'm much more into micro things and into daily tasks right now than just on the big picture as I was right in the beginning. But things are moving. Things are moving exciting. We are structuring things. We are setting things up in a way that we can deliver an excellent service and experience to everyone consistently. Absolutely. No matter what happens, no matter how many orders we have, no matter how many emails we get, we're getting better and better, and I'm loving it.
I love it. One of the things that I really love about what's happening right now, it's our hiring process and the people that are joining our company. And I mean, we're in the middle of evolving also in the people that are going to join the company, and that's one thing that I'm personally very happy with. And it's just incredible. There's a saying that says if you think hiring an amateur is expensive, if you think hiring a professional is expensive, wait until you hire an amateur, right?
True.
And so for me, this has been just a game changer as an entrepreneur who's been doing things by himself. And so since you joined, one can really see the impact that it has on the boutique and on the organization of the boutique and the processes. So absolutely happy about where we're headed. And I think it's funny for the people to see and to understand that one starts, has a lot of strategies and plans on what needs to be done. But then doing them in such a small company that is growing and where a lot is happening every day, it's not that simple,
right? It's true. I hope that our customers also feel the same and can see how things evolve, and I'm sure they're gonna love the people that will be part of the team.
Well, numbers speak loud, so
yeah, that's true.
and so to master these days and these tasks and the challenges of building what we're trying to build. The reason why we're here in this video is that I'd like to show to the people what you're using as the CEO of this company. Also, in another video, they've probably already seen that you come from, tech background or just also other industry that was in the luxury pan industry. Is that correct? I'm saying that right. So, what do you use?
So I'm a bit nervous because it's going to be a bit less luxurious than people might think. They're looking at the CEO of Style of Zug, but I'm very happy to show my tool set. And I have to say that already when we started to have a conversation about joining, I wanted to bring handwriting back into my life, but also into my working life. I wanted to see what impact it has. How does it feel? Does it make sense coming from a more tech and paperless environment? I wanted to understand whether it really makes sense to me, and I was surprised on what an impact it had.
Yeah.
So I developed kind of a functional toolkit, I would say, and I keep everything in this pouch that I bought many years ago from Style of Zug. I still looks new, and I still love it. And let's open it then together, and I guide you through.
Absolutely.
As I said, it's going to be very functional. I start with things that can happen to be important or useful. I have a permanent marker. There are moments where you need to write big something. You have something you want to label. You have a cover for the maps that you're using or that I'm using. I use that a lot, so I'm happy always to have a marker.
So, Montegrappa, I think, is doing a signature, like a signing pen. But I definitely agree that a lot of entrepreneurs and business people are using these big markers a lot.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
super
I think somehow this is something that is missing in our industry, and to have a little bit of a more beautiful version of it. I don't know, what do you think?
Fun thing. Yes, to many of the tools I'm using, I'm looking for alternatives that might look a bit more nicer, that are a bit more researched in how, in the materials, for example, and how they are crafted. So yes, definitely. One of the things I'm looking now, I'm not so experienced as many of you are, but I'm looking into broader nibs to understand how good they would maybe fit in delivering the job this pen is doing.
Maybe a Sailor Cross Concord or something like that.
We talked these days about it. Yes, I might start testing one of those.
Now I know, because while he was like asking me out, and I was like, Manuel, it's a Cross Concord nib. Just like check it out. And he was like, yeah, but you think it's gonna? And I'm like, what do you want? You know?
Now you know what was in my mind. Then another one which I loved. This was gifted to me, or better, no, I bought it even at the Garandash store in the headquarters of Garandash during my first visit. So it's quite a new one, and it's a highlighter. And I love the fact it's just a pencil. It's not with this liquid like Stabilo standard highlighter. It works very well. I'm surprised. I was very skeptic, so I just bought one to test it out, but it works lovely. And I love the fact you have wood in your hands, you know, it's still, it's an iconic piece, pencils. I'm not using a lot of pencils, so it's lovely to have it, and I'm very happy about it. And it doesn't dry, it ends up it gets used very slowly, so I love it. And I think highlighter is super important whenever I read something in paper. I love to highlight the most important things.
Should we balance this with something a bit more high-end?
Exactly, I was going now to my daily writer. I would say the one tool I'm using to write, to take notes, and it's this beauty here. It's the AutoHot Design 08 in ruthenium. I still remember the day you launched it. We were eating dinner together. You showed it to me before it went live and told me that's the best fountain pen the industry has to offer, and I couldn't agree more. I love it. I love the design, I love the weight, I love how it feels, and I always feel like whatever notes I'm taking with this are important things. So I have important things to do. We wanna achieve important things, and this pen reminds me about it.
And you're taking me back to that moment when we launched it. You're actually taking me back to the first time when Marco Frey of Otto Hoot showed me the design of the pen, and immediately I knew it was Mark Brown, because first thing he told me is I asked Mark Brown to design a new design for us. You know that the Design 07 is the last that we have in the series, and the Design 08 will come out. And he shows me these drawings, and when I see the drawings, I'm like, insane. And then I remember when I got the chance, you know that I have the number 0.
Yeah.
And when I had the chance to have the number 0 in my hand, I was like, this is an incredible pen. And there is no such a pen in the industry that has been engineered in this way, with this kind of precision, with all this kind of detailing, where almost every single element from the pen, you know, from the guillage to the concave top, to the nib, to the clip, to the logo, to the way how it's guillaged, to the grip section, to the nib, the color of the nib, the filling system, everything around this pen has been thought about. And so I love that you own it, of course. I know that you own a very special number, because you were one of the first ones who said, yes, please. And I know that you purchased two pieces back at the time, which back at the time was a big deal, even for me. I was like, crazy, okay? But so
I really fell in love with it. I love the fact it's not only beautiful, I love the minimalistic approach of the pen itself, but still it's rich in details. As you were saying, the concave top and bottom feels so nice, looks so nice. I love that the rings go into the right direction. So like if you screw it, or if you take the cap away. Those are kind of things that get me crazy. So
Absolutely.
I'm not surprised. I decided to buy 2, and I'm still happy about it.
And one is on the side there, right?
Yes, it's one. I keep one in the side. I use that. I also brought with me here my notebooks. I use that with my Sage Green Hanemühle notebook that I started to use quite a while ago, before I even started here.
Oh, you bought this one before you started?
Yes, so of course this one is filled up, and I just started a new one, Mont Blanc gray.
Okay.
I love that one. And you see already colors, a bit more functional colors also here. That's for me business. Need things that
And
needs
why
to get
two
done.
for business? Oh, because
No, this one is
getting
empty up.
finished.
I have
Okay.
one. I have one for business. I take daily notes. I have, like you do, my top 3 for the day, my top 3 for the week that I need to get done. And then I take every random note. And I wrote on Inkstable about it. The thing I started to love about taking notes by hand is that at the end of the day, I go through my notes and I kind of filter again what still seems important after the day, after the craziness of jumping from one topic to the other, what still seems to be relevant, and then I transport it to other tools that I have, for example, to keep my tasks tracked or to keep long-term notes, let's say, that I need for certain meetings and transfer everything there. So that's how I use it.
Cold question. Which is your favorite paper out of these two?
It's hard to say. I'm still exploring papers. They are both excellent. I prefer the cover of the Mont Blanc, I have to say. So the fact that it's soft, right? Yes, I love the fact it's soft. I also prefer this color, this gray color from the sage green that I loved, but maybe just because I used it too much. The paper on the Honeymeal is excellent.
Yeah. I mean, they're paper makers, so
yeah,
I guess
the paper is
doing,
fantastic.
Right?
The other thing I love about the Honeymeal is that I picked a dotted notebook. I love the dotted papers.
And Mont Blanc
it
mostly
gives some freedom, while Mont Blanc is lines, the one I use.
Yeah.
They have also some blank ones, and that's gonna be the next choice I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick a blank one to test it out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Next?
I use also maybe as an ink, I use a regular ink in my Otto Hood 08.
What's a regular ink?
Well, it's a bit, I would say more business inks, not the crazy ones, despite I love crazy inks. Here I have, right now I'm using the machine gray of Elwood that we have been gifted from Frank. It's beautiful color. I love it. And I love the story behind it. He got inspired by his machines in his workshop. And he said, I wanted to have an ink that reminds exactly or takes exactly this color of these machines. I'm using that gray here. So it's not a blue, it's not a black, but it's a machine gray, and I love it. And very standard, I would say. And one of the things I started to notice pretty fast when I started to handwrite more is that when you write with a fountain pen and when you write by hand, it's cool to have also an accent color, a highlight color, something you can write on the same notes, for example, that highlight. That's why I grabbed back one of the first fountain pens I ever bought here at Style of Zug. It's probably that pen that brought me back to fountain pens. I've been scared about fountain pens because it remembered me to the school time. It was a mess. It was a mess and it wasn't easy.
And I think what's interesting is you bought this one, but you didn't since you bought it, you didn't use it all the time.
Yes, exactly.
For a long time you didn't use it.
Yes.
And then you grabbed back into it,
because of the Design 08, which led me to start handwriting again. And then I thought like, hey, okay, it would be cool to have another pen with a more fancy ink that I can use to take notes and to highlight certain notes, certain aspects that I wrote down.
And sorry, one thing before we move over here, I think it's very important also for people to see and understand that you're not like one of those, no digital or absolutely only handwriting purist. On the opposite, you're someone that loves digital and everything that revolves around the digital world. Still, you find. Now, beside the fact that you have skin in the game now, but you love the fact and the importance of handwriting during the daily life, and there is a space, and it's just that someone has not found that space yet, but the space is there, and everybody should search for it. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. No, I was totally surprised about the impact handwriting has.
Voila.
And I will come to it right now after we spoke about the Visconti Homo sapiens, because that led me also to take handwriting, to give handwriting a bigger portion of my life, let's say, starting to journal. for example. I'm not yet journaling daily, but I'm journaling regularly and I'm loving it. I love how you process thoughts, you bring it on paper. I love to read afterwards through my notes and through my thinking. And that's what handwriting is for me. You read through your thinking. Sometimes I find myself saying 3 sentences later the opposite of what I've wrote in the first sentence when I'm journaling, because that's exactly how thoughts are processed. And that's what you go through. And the fact, of course, it's okay. It's not only okay; it's probably the value it has.
Maybe tell the people. You just started with journaling, right?
Yeah.
Maybe tell the people. A lot of people tell me, I have no idea what I should write.
Yeah, that's exactly me.
Okay. So that's going to be very valuable. What's the point there?
Yeah, it's and that's probably the most important part of it, because I also started in the first journal. I probably wrote even the first sentence saying I actually don't even know what I should write here. But the funny thing is, once you start think about your emotions, your experiences through the day, because I started with the intention to journal daily. So I really thought back of that same day when I started. And then it developed in a way that I realized I'm not yet able to do it daily. So I just go from the last journal to today. And it forces you to think back. And when you start to think back, you elaborate what happened. And this helps to jump also to conclusions on things that made you feel great, made you feel bad, and these are learnings that are very helpful for the next day and for the future months, for the future weeks. And I think this is one of the things that if you don't find a moment, a purposeful moment to do it, you might not do it, and it's a missed opportunity in my opinion. It's a missed opportunity to grow yourself, to even just go one step further into having a more joyful life. As simple as this.
I love it. Interesting.
And the Homo sapiens, as I said, I started to using it and to ink it with a more special color because I love the different colors, the ink colors, they excite me. And I wanted to have them available for me to write all the day, all the time. And the funny thing is that when I journal, I use more often the Homo sapiens with these funny colors instead of the Design 08, because the Design 08 is more the business thing. So when I'm more in the mood, or maybe I'm traveling for business and then in the evening I want to note down what happened a bit and reflect on what happened to me, then it might happen that I pick the Design 08, but in my regular life, I would say I always pick the Homo sapiens, which just gives me joy. And I always have it also, you see it also from the color, right? That's the Mont Blanc in yellow that I picked for my journal. It just puts me in a good mood. And that's what I love about it.
This is the Visconti with
Homo sapiens, yes.
With the 23 karat palladium nib. Yes, that's when Visconti was at the peak, right? And
a lovely piece. I love the lava stone.
Yeah.
I think the lava stone haptic is wow.
Absolutely.
I remember I bought it also because of the lava stone. The haptic it offers is fantastic. It feels like rubber, but if you scratch it, you feel it's stone, so it's robust. And then the bayonet closing, very efficient. Loved it.
And this bronze that also gets matte is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's getting more beautiful over time.
Yeah.
And it made me also realize, as you said, I bought it, I didn't use it regularly, I even put it away, and then after a few years I picked it back. And when you pick a piece like this, with this craftsmanship behind, with this thinking, with this materialization, I picked it back and it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having it. I was happy I had bought it. I'm happy to have it, and I'm happy to use it daily. So if you pick this level of pens and this level of products in general, it's never a mistake in my opinion.
I love it. Amazing.
So those are what's left in my pouch. I have an Edelberg Hero ballpoint.
Beautiful.
In black.
You like to use this one?
I love it, yes. It's my ballpoint, let's say. It's the one I use. It's the writing instrument I never stop to use.
Yeah. Yeah,
the one I never stopped to
it's super. How to say, like understatement, very design. The new version is, I think, even cooler with the little holder that you can put on your table.
Beautiful.
It's a little bit bigger than this one.
Yes.
It has super luminova, goes for 240 francs. Such a cool ballpoint, and I think everybody should have on their desk just to grab and write with it and put it back.
Yes,
right?
it's just cool. People look even at it. And the design is iconic and it's super functional because it doesn't roll. And I love the colors.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, that's a color I love. It's black. It's very standard if you want, but it's so matte black, and I just love it. And it feels like, it's not just a pen for me. It's beautiful.
Cool.
It's beautiful. And then the last one, it's a mechanical pencil from Caran d'Ache.
With a bit of a thicker.
Yes, with a thicker. Pencil in it, and it's the one piece I use less. I have to say, I don't write a lot with pencils, and but it's an iconic piece. I love it. I have it since ever, probably even since school time. And
because you had a technical, you have a technical background.
Yeah,
right?
We did drawings and this kind of stuff. Yeah, technical drawings. It's true, and I'm not using it a lot. I'm thinking about, that's probably one of the first one. So no, one of the things I gonna change in my setup is I gonna add a third fountain pen, just because I want to have a third color also available, and I would love to have a daily writer as an option for the Design 08.
So what are you thinking about?
Can I say that?
Many things.
Yeah, I'm thinking of many things. My favorite right now is the Yukari Royale in Vermillon.
So the number 20.
Number 20 Vermillon. That's one of it. Or I'm really looking forward to get back in stock the Sailor Ebonite to see how this one looks.
That's
in black.
A great one.
I love the fact that they have very special nibs from Sailor. I think the Naginata. Naginata Togi. Exactly, Naginata Togi nibs. And I'm really looking forward to test those nibs.
Yeah.
And the feeling while writing might be the decision maker for the next one.
Perfect. So you're actually going to probably take 3-4 pens.
Exactly. Test them. Yeah.
And I love the fact that this is sometimes we talk about that, but it's a grown-up etui, right?
Yes. It is.
Like when we're at school and had all these pens and different colors. How would you say, I mean, at the end of the day, you could also have a Lamy Safari here for 30 francs fountain pen, right? But what is the difference in feeling when you're picking up the fountain pen and writing with the fountain pen compared to these more easier but still very useful and practical tools?
Well, in my opinion, it's completely different. Whenever I can, I always go for the fountain pen. And the ballpoint, for example, today has become more something that I might use because there is certain paper that is not adapted for fountain pen. So I feel like I cannot give up the ballpoint completely.
True.
But whenever whenever the fountain pen fits, for paper reason, for space reason also sometimes, I always go for the fountain pen. It's easier to write, so it needs less pressure, so you can write more. It's nice to write. I even found out now, testing out a lot of fountain pens here, that's my luck I have. There are nibs, especially, for example, I'm speaking about the Zoom nib from Sailor, that make me feel I write nicer with that nib. True. So I feel like, okay, if I need to write a thank you card, I now have the feeling I need this Zoom nib. Because why shouldn't I write the best writing I have in myself if I say thank you to someone? So I feel like I need that nib just to write thank you cards or as personal note to someone, and I want to give the best side of myself, so also my best writing to him.
It's very purposeful, so I love it, and I think it's totally what we're here for, right? At the end of the day. Well, Manuel, I loved it, honestly. What's amazing about any talk that I do, even with you, we work so close every day, every hour of the day almost.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you see more your wife or you see more me right now.
I know that it's you.
Funny. No, but I learned so much. It gives me so many new inputs. So I can imagine for people that don't know you that well, it's even more. So thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
Guys, stay tuned on the developments, on the work that Manuel is doing for Style of Zug. He's working a lot behind the curtain. There is a lot that is happening in the operational side of the business. Some things need a bit longer to set up. Sarah has just started last week. She's already doing in 2 weeks a terrific job.
Yes,
We're
excellent.
extremely happy about her joining our company. So any questions you also might have about pens or anything you're interested in, you can email Sarah at styleofzug.com or info@styleofzug.com, and we're very, very happy to help. Manuel,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
We got plenty of things to do now.
Yes, definitely.
You
The day has to start.
You scheduled my calendar and I'm like, I'm out of here. No, but guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this conversation and the pens that Manuel has shown and his approach. Stay tuned for a lot of more content that is coming up in the next weeks. And thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. And don't forget that together
We are changing the game.